So, dear Dharma friends, we all are every day looking for happiness and satisfaction through many different ways. And when it comes to happiness and satisfaction, what we believe as religion play a major role, because each and every religion trying to interpret and trying to guide all the followers to find the happiness. And even though we have this material world, and we all know beyond this there is something, and we all try to somehow get into that. So most of the religions, when you look deeply, to get into that happiness and satisfaction, that ultimate salvation, you have to die. After you die, you're going to achieve it. But what the Buddha mentioned, to achieve to that, the satisfaction, the achieve to that ultimate freedom, salvation, you no need to die. Ida nandati pecha nandati. The right away, when you come to this point into the right moment and you get the right result, that right result start to lead you to the next right moment. There is nothing that you need to wait. Right away it has power to show you the path. So, but the thing is, in day-to-day life, because of this lot of information today we gather, and our life mostly the going here and there, and it is very difficult even ourselves to keep tracking and keep practicing and keep moving in the same direction to get the result. And when we look at the world today, it's a kind of like a more, we get into kind of like the magic show, mirage, and everything is kind of like fake. It is very difficult to find in ordinary life, even very difficult. It is not about the spiritual life. In this very ordinary life, it is very difficult to find the real things. So as example, food. This all food today is not real. It's a kind of like something else. Even we don't know how it come like that way and how they made it like that. So that is a big part of your spiritual journey, because what you put it inside you. The food play major role. The way you behave with the food change your life. So, and once we eat whatever the things, sometimes it affects for our physical, mental abilities. And sometimes it deeply suck all the energy. And we become kind of like a different people. We start to come with different behavior. Another thing is medicine. As all of you know, there are a lot of fake medicine today. The medicine is a kind of thing that we trying to get it to keep the balance within us. When we go unbalanced, disease, when the easiness go, disappear. We trying to use the medicine to get into that balance. But when it go wrong, when it is fake, it is very difficult to find the balance back to the same place. And even that all other everything around us, then the news, it is the very nature of the news should be bringing the truth to the people. But today what you hear is not the truth. It all something else. So then look yourself, the every day that you build as a human being with this all, and it is itself fake. So how you can find the real person inside you? Because without finding the real person, you cannot find the reality around you or within yourself. When you build up out of the fake resources, material, when you come out of the fake building blocks, your life going to become fake. We all experience that. Not only that, look at the politicians. It is very important, because the king or the president, the main purpose of the becoming the king or becoming the president is protecting people and providing necessary facilities to have a good life. That's it. It's very simple. It is not a very complicated thing. That's why in the ancient time, when you need something, you go to king. You ask. So king always provide that. So the president the same. The politician the same. But today it is completely different. And when it comes to organized religions, that also the same. That is the last place that you can go looking for help. And when you come to the temple or the church or the mosque, that is the last place. There is no any other place higher than that you can get the help. But it is most of things, it's fake. It is not real. So then look, you eat fake. Even when, in case if you go unbalanced, if you easiness, the relaxation or the comfort disappear, and to get into that, you use all the fake medicine. And in day-to-day life, information is important. That's why everywhere you go to hotel, you go to club, you go to anywhere, you always have the news. And even that you watch TV every day, you watch the news. It is very important. Newspapers, it's very important. People build up life with these things. But when it becomes fake, what is happening? Not knowingly you become fake, because out of the fake things, the production come the fake. And the politicians or the king or the president or the all these leaders become fake. And all the religion, the organized religions become fake. So then out of this, the entire society become fake. So, but still we enjoy. So that's why today you have to be very careful, and you have to develop a method yourself, because you are helpless. That is the very first thing that you have to understand. Once you understand that, you awake. Otherwise you are sleeping. Otherwise you are in a merry-go-round. So how this merry-go-round invented in England? The people ride horse. They used to ride the horse long time ago. There was no vehicles. They invented the car to replace the horse. That's why engine measured by horsepower. So there are some people, they like to ride horse, but they cannot. So what they did, in the carnival time, they made a wooden horse, and it goes circle. So whoever like to experience the horse but cannot ride the real horse, they start to jump into this merry-go-round. And that is how they introduce it. And then people start to enjoy it. Again, they pay, and they know it is fake. They pay for it, they stay wait on the line. They pay for it, they go not only one time, again and again and again and again, again and again, anywhere. They like to go merry-go-round. The same thing happening inside our mind also. We just go this merry-go-round. No one going to succeed. So then you have responsibility. Are you keep riding? Are you want to keep enjoying this? Or you want to look yourself? But that is why the Dharma is there. Because Dharma, once you get into Dharma, this anything cannot challenge you. That is the most safest place. So Dharma is like the light. Always remember that there is a conspiracy that with the good dog and the bad dog, after 1 month, when you put it to this both, which dog going to win? The answer is what? Whatever the dog that you feed more, going to become win. So there is a conspiracy, there is a question, there is an argument. How about in case the bad dog win? What will happen? So there is no way the bad dog can win. In the ancient time, in the beginning of this human civilization, in the beginning of this world, there was two war. There was a huge war. It called Sura and Asura. With the good and bad, darkness and light. So that is from where the earth start to form. From where in that war, the light, the Sura won. That winning moment declared, in this earth, in any moment, this always, it doesn't matter how hard, how difficult, how bad other things, the end result going to be good win. So that's why you have to trust the good. That's why always you have to be the good. That's why always you have to select that side. Because it doesn't matter how big, how strong the bad, there is no way it can win. That's why the Buddha said, in Dajagga Suttas, the whatever happened, just think about the Buddha's plaque, look about the Buddha's plaque, remind the Buddha, then everything going to become disappear. So there is no way any other dark energy can overtake this light. So that's why you have to cultivate it, because that is the only help you can get. Why? You cannot get the help out of the food, you cannot get out of the medicine, you cannot get out of the leaders, you cannot get help out of the religions. Only help you can get out of the Dharma. Why? Because once you select that path, there is no way you're going to get the harm. So then little by little, understand yourself. So once you hold it to that path, you become strong. It doesn't matter, this entire universe become dark. If you hold it to the truth or the Dharma or the right path, and little by little, you become kind of like far away in this sky, shining, a tiny star, giving and guiding this entire universe to the right direction. You have that power. It is your choice. So then you have to think, are you want to ride this merry-go-round, this in your journey, the fake enjoyment, or you have to look to develop the Dharma within you. So when it comes to Dharma, that suddenly overnight you cannot turn. So remember this very carefully. You doing all the things with the greed, hatred and the delusion, and the overnight you cannot jump and next day wake up and tell you are now spiritual. You cannot do that. Why you cannot do that? Because the reason is this. To whatever the develop this darkness, you have to have the greed, hatred and the delusion. The same mind, because the mind, the very nature of the mind, only one thought can have at one time. So using the same mind, if you do something bad, very next moment you cannot become good. Why? Because whatever the thought that develop inside you with the greed, hatred, delusion is there. With that mind, you cannot just become good. The very first thing, you have to purify it. You have to clean it. Once you clean it, you have ability to develop your mind to others. So then becoming spiritual. So developing the truth inside you, holding to Dhamma is a process. So that process you have to go step by step. So it is that there are three things called Sila, Samadhi, Panya, and the threefold partition. So when it comes to this threefold partition, that the Sila means the very first thing that you have to do yourself, get into ethics, fundamental human ethics, practicing rituals, not to doing everything the way you want. You develop certain discipline yourself. I do this, I don't do this. So you have to get into that. And the next step, when you come to that, naturally there is a freedom arise in your mind. Your mind start to become clear. So if you're doing anything wrong, the right away next day you cannot say, I'm going to do this. Just try. If you smoking, drinking and doing something else, the right away you cannot do it. You cannot tell, I'm not going to stop, I'm not going to smoke anymore. You can say, but still start to keep going with you. If you keep drinking, right away you cannot drop the glass and tell, I'm not going to drink anymore. So you can say, but it's going to come again and again. So then the very first thing you have to do, clean your heart, clean your system. So that is why you have discipline. So once you have that discipline, once you develop the rituals, that itself help you to have the concentration or the samadhi, tranquility state, clear mind. Once you have that, and you can develop the wisdom, the third step. So this is the process, but it is very important in the beginning. You recognizing, are you really want to get into the Dhamma, or are you really want to walk on that path or not? Because that choice is change who you are. So otherwise you keep going. And so then once you have that, remember the way to practicing rituals in the first level. Without practicing ritual, that means without becoming good, you cannot develop your spirituality. There are a lot of people say, oh, I don't go to temple, I don't go to church, I don't go to mosque, I don't do anything, this. saying, I don't practice anything, but I am a good person. You cannot do like that. You think like that way. But in a deeper level, your mental formations, roots, there are roots inside you cannot take out. So, just thinking yourself, you cannot become good. But always when you become spiritual, always you become good. So that's why the becoming is spiritual mean it is not like putting something in your head and you're carrying any dogma or any believing like that. No. Purifying yourself, changing yourself. That is the path of spirituality. Change yourself. Become every day. Become a better person. Become a better person. Every day yourself, you know whatever you have done, you drop it, you drop it, you drop it. That is where you become a better person. Then every day when you look at the mirror, you feel happy, satisfaction. Then the fear disappear. Once the fear disappear, and you become more free, more free. Because most of things we do because of the fear. Why the fear comes, Maharaj? Because we are not complete, because we are not clean inside. So without that clarity, when we live, naturally the fear arises. And then when you start to become clear, that clarity start to take out the fear. And every day when you look at your mirror and you complete, there is no doubt. When there is no doubt, more deeply, your self-confidence become stronger. When the self-confidence becomes stronger, self-abilities going to become more stronger. You become a very valid person. That is how spiritually you become matured. And then you go with the responsibilities, self-responsibilities. So that is how this self-development is happening. And in a deeper level, once you complete as a person, that completion help you to drop even the self. Because without having that completion, you cannot drop the self. You can have an idea, but you cannot do it because it is a process. So in the very beginning, remember, be honest to yourself in day-to-day life, with the people. They are the one who purify us. It's like water. Your husband, wife, children, friends and family members, your relationships may help you to clean. So use them to cleanse yourself. Not to make it more dirt, Use your relationship, friendship, your partners to make you more clean. So that way you start to get the best out of this around you. So there was a story. This the true story happened in somewhere in this world. So there was a very old mother, and she used to live close by the ocean. And she had a daughter, and this daughter not educated, and she didn't learn anything, just she used to take care this mother. Somehow, this every day, this girl go to the beach, and she used to collect these beautiful shiny stones. Every day morning, she go to the beach and collecting little stones and bring it. And she used to collect this. And somehow, after a while, mother got blind. And mother was helpless. So she take care of her, and they both used to live together. And what happened suddenly, this girl one day went to the beach, and then from there, she never came back. So the mother was waiting, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, she didn't come back. Then there's no way for her to survive. So then she remembered that only the thing that she can get help out of that, the collection of that little stones. So she took it with her and went to the nearest market, and there was a jewelry shop. She remembered that asking from others help, and she went there. And she met the person and told the incident, what happened to her daughter, and now she is helpless. Only thing is this collected little stones. And then she gave it to that person and asking little money in case if he can do that. So then he took time and start to look these little stones. And then he came to this mother and told, that I don't have enough money to buy this all valuable gems, and I have to call this all the gem organization, and I have to talk with them and put a price on this, and then after that I will give this money to you. And then the very next day he called all the gem cutting people and jewelries, and then the gem organization gathered and start to have the auction and that put a value on this gem. And then they came to more than 10,000 million. And so somehow this is the true story. The documents say why they don't tell the real the information regarding it, because she's a very old woman and she having money now more than 10 million, and it is not good for her privacy. So that's why the documents say it doesn't say the information, but otherwise it is accurate, the true story. The story is this: it happened even during the Prince Siddhartha, even before he became the Buddha, in his previous life, that he had this kind of a situation that he was the merchant and going place to place, village to village, and then he met a very old woman with the little daughter and with the gold plate, and then that before he come to that village, there was the Devadatta, the opposite side of the Buddha. The bad guy came and he looked and he thought, he searched the plate and thought to cheat on this woman, and thought later I will come and give little money and bring it, buy it. And he throw it away and telling this plate is useless, and he went. Then the good guy came, and the Bodhisattva, and then he looked and then he told, oh, this is a gold plate, I have no enough money, and he gave everything, and then he moved away. Then the bad guy came and start to have the desire to go chasing him and get the revenge, and that's the storytelling, that the Devadatta that came behind the Buddha and taking revenge again and again and again. So somehow when I read this document, that I was thinking about the million years ago, that this story that regarding the Bodhisattva and how truthful and how it can happen in day-to-day life. So somehow the story go like this. Then the gem association, they start to talk about this, and then there was one guy came to this jewelry man and told, how foolish you are. This woman blind. Why you told her this worth this much? One guy came and told. Then this gem cutter, this owner of this shop, the first man who received that and told this. Remember this. This the point in this story. And he told, she is blind. She don't know the value of this. But I am not blind. I can see, and my mind know the value. So I don't want to become blind. So that's the answer he gave. So remember that in your life, when somebody get angry, somebody get mad, because of that, if you understand that person mad, that person got angry, why you get angry? Why you get angry? Because if you recognize it as an anger, why you get angry? When you recognize somebody blind, that means that is the wisdom that you have. So that is the blessing. Oh, this person blind. So then knowingly that, why you become blind? Look the wisdom that person had. That is the beauty. He's not a Buddhist, so he don't know anything about this. But look at the power of the human wisdom. So the same thing in day-to-day life, remember yourself. When you recognize somebody making a mistake, that means that recognition come to you as a wisdom, power of wisdom, blessing. Once you have that wisdom, why you do the same thing? So that is a part of the ignorance. When you develop the clarity, remember, you never going to become like that. Always you have only one card to play. That is compassion, compassion, compassion and forgiveness. There's no any other card to play when somebody doing something wrong, mad, angry. When you are develop the wisdom, when you recognize it as anger, that ignorance, that foolishness, you never repeat the same action. You already have only one card to play. What is that? Compassion, compassion, compassion. So remember that in your life. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbitiyo vajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ettavata ca ammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idamme punya kammang ආසවක්කයාවං හෝතු සබ්බ දුක්ඛා පමුංචතු. Bless you.